Hey everybody, it's Trevor here with the channel where every day is range day, and this week we have another video on some cool products from Core Essentials. Just a few weeks ago, we posted my full review on my tactical nylon gun belt from Core Essentials that I've used as my EDC belt for well over a year now. These ratcheting style gun belts are super durable and a super great fit for an EDC concealed carry situation, and they can also work as a budget range belt in a pinch. It's been a super solid EDC belt that I've used for the past year, and I would definitely recommend it. The only tiny nitpicky sort of criticisms that I could come up with for the belt relates to the buckle being just a little large for a concealed carry scenario, and then just their little Velcro belt keeper loops not holding up all super well. Neither of these two little items were anything significant. They were just a couple little creature comfort items that were on more of a wish list for me. Not long after we posted the review, Core reached out to us on YouTube and said, "Hey, thanks for the review. We have a couple new products that might be just what you're looking for." We talked to them just a little bit more, and they ended up recommending a relatively new belt buckle that's specifically tailored towards concealed carry, and they even offered to send out a sample for us to test out ourselves. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so here's a nice look at everything that Core Essentials was kind enough to send us. And just a disclaimer, Core did provide these items to Range Day for a review. However, they did not pay us for a positive review. No money was exchanged or anything like that. They just reached out to us and were kind enough to send us a couple cool items to review. And of course, we do always try to remain impartial throughout the review process. So now let's take a look at everything. As I unpack everything here, we're just going to go through an overview of what exactly was sent to me, some of the cool features, and probably a quick belt setup for everything that they sent. And then I'll go a bit into the details of why some of these items and features are useful and how they address some of my minor concerns that were present in our past video. And it is my understanding that most of these products are fairly new. I know a bunch of them were definitely not available when I purchased my first EDC belt here well over a year ago. So getting into the main items that were sent, of course, we do have a new Core Essentials tactical gun belt, this time in the sweet MultiCam Black. Of course, they know everybody's a sucker for this stuff, and this belt is absolutely awesome. It looks super great, and it's the exact same class of belt as my just black tactical nylon gun belt. It's an EDC gun belt with an 8-pound load rating. And of course, it does feature their ratcheting track system that Core Essentials is known for. Super big fan of this. It just allows for great adjustability and comfort. This is an instruction manual for sizing the belt for the first time. We'll go through this pretty quickly as I get it set up. Then of course we have the buckle that they sent separately. You can pick any kind of belt and buckle and mix and match them. And this is the one they sent that is their new X7 belt buckle, specifically designed for a concealed carry application. You can see the profile is significantly smaller compared to my older gun belt. The whole buckle itself is actually just about the same size of the buckle portion, basically removing all of this length here that the belt would use to fit in there. It still uses the same spike and set screw system as the original gun belt, but it's a much smaller buckle profile that's bound to be significantly more comfortable in a concealed carry application. Again, they sent it in a nice matte gunmetal black. Looks good, and it has the adjustable lever that the other one has. We'll go through the setup for this in just a moment. Some of the other items I sent are of course a belt hanger. This is going to be particularly useful for me now that I have two belts. This is useful for storing your belts in the closet, and the little clips are designed to fit right onto the ratcheting system, just like the track on the inside of the belt, so it's a perfect storage opportunity, and then they just snap right off. Pretty cool feature. Thanks Core for sending that out. In addition to the buckle, they did send me some additional hardware and set screws, a couple of Allen keys. This is for installing the belt. We'll use that in just a second. Then they also sent me a couple new nylon products that are relatively new on the website. The first one, being more pertinent to my previous video, is their new belt keeper system. This one being made completely out of nylon. I basically suggested this exact thing in my previous video. I'm not 100% sure if this product was already released when I made that video, but this is exactly what I'm looking for, and we'll get into that in just a minute. They also sent this new belt protector sleeve that is also somewhat new on their website. This is a nylon material similar to the new nylon belt loop keeper, and this is basically just designed to fit over your gun belt and basically cover any areas of excessive wear. If you have anything like a holster, other belt attachments or clips that could be particularly aggressive on your belt and cause premature wear or damage. But moving into the actual gun belt itself, you can see that it is quite long right from the factory, and you do use it to cut to fit. So taking a quick look at the instructions, we'll go through this pretty quickly. You can see that the belt will feed into the buckle, clamp down with some set screws, and that's how it's held in place. But for the first time setting your belt up, you basically use the little ruler markings on the back of the belt Add a couple inches for your inside or outside waistband carry, and then cut it to fit. Once you cut it, you'll feed it into the buckle, clamp it down, you'll be good to go. It's always good to do this kind of slowly, and always try to leave a little bit more than you think you'll need, just because once you cut it, you can't exactly go back. So they recommend finding your pant size on the belt and then adding 4 to 6 inches, cut using sharp scissors. Try how it fits in the belt buckle. So that's what I'll do with, and I'll probably do any of the fine adjusting off screen. So let's speed through that. Again, this stuff is pretty tough to cut through, so some good sharp scissors are definitely a must. And do your best to keep this pretty square. It doesn't have to be super dead on, but try your best. So there we have it, cut to my pant size plus about 6 inches. And here's our extra scrap piece of belt. I like to hang on to these just because they're pretty cool. I haven't found a super dedicated use to them, but it's pretty deep fabric. Nobody wants to throw away any MultiCam Black. So now we're ready to attach the buckle. I'll just back out these 2 set screws here, just so the belt can fit under there. Lift the tooth back, then we'll slide the new belt in the buckle into place. Try to line this up so it gets pretty square. That's a little off right there, so just bend it a little bit up. Then you can bend the teeth forward to get your good clamp going. Nice firm press right there, and it is locked into place. Now we'll just tighten down these set screws. Again, you don't have to kill these to tighten them, and you'll definitely feel when it starts digging into the belt to help secure it. So you don't need to go bending the Allen wrench getting these nice and tight. Just get them snug. And here we have it with the buckle all attached. The 2 set screws are set in. This is clamped down nice and tight. This buckle is not going anywhere. Again, now you just push this through here like you're putting a belt on. Then you'll hear the clicks go as the ratchet system begins to become engaged. And then you just tighten this to fit on your waist, and the belt is good to go. It feels just as strong and rigid as my old gun belt, just in that sweet, sweet MultiCam Black. The interior of the belt has a nice rubbery, grippy texture, so it doesn't slide around too much on your pants. And it overall just feels just as nice and solid as my previous gun belt. Here it is side by side with my old gun belt, with my much larger belt buckle on here. You can clearly see the size advantage that the X7 buckle offers. It's roughly the size of just this exterior portion of the buckle itself, and that's the whole buckle on the new one. This thicker, rigid piece right here is almost completely XS compared to the X7, and this is where that pinch point or kind of binding point was that would provide a little bit of discomfort when you wear this at like the 10 or 11 o'clock position on the side, and this rigid point doesn't exactly bend around your waist very well. It's just because the buckle was rigid and just too long. The X7, being specifically designed for concealed carry, is significantly smaller, as you can see. Now this region here, while still rigid, is greatly reduced in length and has a much better overall contour to your body. It's perfectly suited for concealed carry. The buckle's not even in the way. The next item to look at that they sent with us is the new belt keeper. The original design for their belt keeper is what you can see here, which is just basically a nylon loop with some Velcro on either end. It works pretty great to start out, but you can see it's worn out pretty significantly. It's just how Velcro wears over the past year. And it doesn't always stay put when you draw or pull out your shirt up and down. Sometimes this loop comes undone. And you can see that the one I have is pretty worn. In contrast to the old design here, you can see that the new one is entirely closed, which means you have to thread it through the belt instead of over it. But it is a nice and durable nylon material that is somewhat stretchy. It's definitely pretty tough and a very beefy loop for the belt, but it's super strong. You won't have to worry about it tearing, and it definitely won't wear anything like this belt loop has. Again, we'll let you know for sure down the road for a full review. For putting this on the new belt here, you have to take the belt all the way apart and slide this new belt keeper over the belt. It's a nice tight fit, and I believe this will fit their 1.5" width belts, as well as their new 1.75" Garrison belts. And we just slide this around, and this is designed to keep this little tab here from sticking out apart from your belt loops or just poking out under your shirt. These belts are so rigid so that this piece will always be sticking out a little bit, so these loops are definitely necessary. But now, since this is elastic, we can just stretch it over there, and it holds the tip of the belt nice and snug to your body. It's a super, super clean look. There's nothing for your shirt to pull on if you're drawing from concealment or getting in or out of your car, nothing like that, like this old belt loop could potentially do. Sometimes when you lift your shirt up, this would catch and come off, or just get lost in your shirt somewhere. With this new nylon strap, that's exactly what I hoped for. This was one of my only small criticisms in the past video on my original Core belt here, and I gotta say, it's like they read my mind with this one. This is exactly what I had in mind. It's the perfect solution for keeping a rigid belt down. I absolutely love this thing. Fantastic job. I can't recommend these belts enough, and this is just the icing on the cake to me. It's absolutely perfect. Going from there, here's just a nice clean look at the setup overall. Super small belt buckle that's perfect for concealed carry, and this loop is just the cherry on top. Super durable nylon, perfect fit, just what I was looking for. I cannot recommend this setup enough, and I'm super excited to be adding it to my EDC for the foreseeable future. It's wonderful. To start off, I'll probably end up wearing the buckle in probably the same position at about 10 or 11 o'clock like this, and still plan to use my Tier 1 Concealed Access Elite holster with the light bearing and the Glock 19 here. Of course, our firearm is clear. This is just a quick look at what the setup would look like with the Tier 1 Concealed holster. Again, the concealment wing lines up just right for this belt. It's the perfect thickness, and you can see that it supports the weight just fine. There's no weird bowing or flexing. The belt is more than capable of holding this amount of weight, and they do rate it for up to 8 pounds. For a concealed carry application, this is the perfect setup, and I would definitely recommend it. Moving on from there, the only other product to kind of go over is their sleeve protector that you can see here. Again, this is just designed to kind of protect excessive wear points that might cause premature damage or wear to your belt. Again, you just kind of slide this over your belt to an area where it might be a bit more prone to wear, such as where holster clips can grab on, or if you have some kind of attachment that might just be a bit rougher on the belt itself, to help protect it from wearing out too early or getting damaged otherwise. And for my example, this could be where my appendix holster potentially clips onto the belt. Again, it's a very tight fit to get it on here, but you can pull it on there just fine, and then clip your holster on over the protective sleeve, just like so. And then you just have an extra layer of protection between the core belt itself and any clips, just to protect the belt itself and get a bit more life out of it. Again, this one's held up great over for a year, and I'm not expecting this one to have any problems with wear and tear, but this is just a nice little thought that they have for those particularly harsh applications that these belts may be subjected to. But overall, my first impressions on this sweet setup that Core was gracious enough to send out are super positive, and it's like they read my mind with my 2 little complaints from my previous video that I had for my old belt. The new X7 belt buckle was absolutely perfect for a concealed carry scenario. I can't wait to try it out. It's so much smaller, and it looks like it's going to be super comfortable, and it still has the nice ratcheting mechanism that can be released with this lever here. I'm a big fan with this concept in general, and this buckle just brings it to the next level for concealed carry. Absolutely great. And then their new elastic belt keeper design is absolutely perfect. There's nothing for it to catch on here. It's super durable. It's not going to wear out like Velcro is, and it just keeps the nice rigid belt nice and close to your body. Perfect for concealed carry, perfect for a minimalist range belt. I absolutely love it. It's a super great design, and I'm super happy that Core managed to implement it. They've been my favorite EDC belt by far, and the dedication to continuous improvement that they've shown with this new buckle and even this new design here really shows how they stand out as a company. The devil's in the details, and it's the little details like this that set a good company apart from a great company. I'm super excited to try this out as my new EDC concealed carry belt, and I'm sure I'm going to be blown away. Thanks again, Core, for sending this out. Well, that looks like it's going to be it for the video this week, guys, on a couple new products from Core Essentials. They were kind enough to send out the new X7 gun belt buckle, which is specifically tailored to a concealed carry application, and it exactly fits the bill for what I was looking for in just a slightly smaller profile gun belt buckle that's a lot more comfortable in a concealed carry environment. They also were kind enough to send out one of their new sweet MultiCam Black gun belts to go along with it, which we're super big fans of on the channel. And the new version of their belt keepers, made out of a strong and durable stretchy nylon material as opposed to the Velcro on the old models, is a perfect solution to the wear and tear that I experienced on my old belt. And I'm super happy to see the improvement from Core. It's exactly what you need in a good company, and their dedication to continuous improvement is definitely something to note. I'm definitely looking forward to testing this new setup out. We'll be sure to post a full review on the new X7 belt buckle and this belt setup in general a couple months down the road once I get some more EDC and range time with the new belt. Again, special thanks to Core Essentials for sending this new belt setup out to us to test and review, as well as some of the other little goodies that they included as well. We appreciate it, guys. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like down below, and if you have any questions about any of the Core Essentials products that you've seen in this video, or you'd like to share your own experiences with a Core belt, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, where every day is range day. Thank you for watching.